Hello, welcome to Toxic Bolty stream about this fucking game. Yeah, okay, so we've got a whole bunch of new players, blah 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 blah. Alright, let's talk about Extend Force. Now, I'm gonna talk about a few things because these new players, they see the thing, they're like, you know, what's Extend Force, what does it do? And you know what, I keep explaining it, and I can't be bothered because it's actually fairly long, so I'm just gonna make this really shit video. Yes, it'll be rude language, you're just gonna have to accept it. Anyways, first, let's get into what the Extend Force actually is. Now, if you look at underneath Weiss's portrait, or any character's portrait, you see this glowing green thing. Now, that's the Extend Force bar. If it's 100, it's full. If it's not full, it's not, I suppose. And it can't be used unless it's full. So it's one resource that has to be used while it's full. The only time when you could use this when it's not full is a special case. So yeah, I'll get into that later. So first, I'm gonna tell you the first thing people always ask is, you know, what uses do I have for Extend Force? Why does this bar matter? This bar matters a shitload. It glows green. Well, no, actually it glows white, but it's green. It's in your face and Weiss's face, and it's clearly important. First use. Actually, what did I put as the first use? Let's see. It says here, Extend Force cancel. Alright, so this is the most common use. When you're on the ground, and only on the ground, you can Extend Force cancel certain attacks. This is basically like an FRC, no, not FRC, a Roman cancel, a rapid cancel, a one more cancel, I think. Is there any other cancels? Alright, whatever, but it's a straight up cancel. So, unlike homing cancel, it doesn't force you to stay forward. Okay? And that is a lot safer than homing cancel, because it puts you into homing movement, you could possibly die for it. And with this, what Extend Force cancel will do is, one, it obviously give you better combos because it's a cancel. It also means that you can do things that are normally unsafe and they will be safe. So, for example, Arcana projectiles can be Extend Force cancelled on whiff. Oh god, I'm terrible. Like that, see? So I can use this to, like, well, you get the idea. I can Extend Force cancel my fireball, go in with the fireball, and or do whatever the fuck I actually want to. Also, same for the beam. Also, simple things like a dragon punch, or the A dragon punch, or barge, or a command throw. Wait, what? Wait, what's the input for command throw? Yeah, there it is. Holy shit, I'm bad. Oh, you can't. Okay, so never mind, you can't Extend Force a command throw. But yeah, you get to Extend Force. You get to cancel some shit. So you can use sweep into combo. Okay, whatever. So that's the first use. Extend Force cancel can only be done on the ground. Can be done to most attacks. Did not know you can't actually EFC. Oh yeah, by the way, people will call it EFC because no one says Extend Force cancel. I didn't know you couldn't EFC to a command throw. Anyways, yeah. So there's that. This one is, I think I wrote Extend Blast. Extend Blast. Cool. So when you press ABC in neutral or in block stun, okay, it will do this kind of like pose, and she will power up like some sort of Super Saiyan if you're watching Dragon Ball Super. And if they're near you, it will knock them back. This is really good as a defensive mechanic. A defensive tool rather, because it can't be clashed at all. So if your opponent, say for example your opponent does really something really obvious, like they run up to you and use a really long, recovery attack, and you see it happen, you know what I mean, like they run up to you with an overhead or something, even though the only person with an overhead is Heart, you get to ABC, and it will knock them away, and you know, pressure ends, okay, puts you both to cover like neutral, and you guys can like duke it out. Oh, if you do this in block stun, however, let me see if I can. Okay, I've got that recording. If you do this in block stun, unfortunately, what happens is that the startup of the blast is increased by a shitload. Like, see, it took ages for it to happen. Also, it recovers faster if you don't actually hit anyone, or if it doesn't get blocked. So if it gets blocked, it takes ages for it to actually work out. Whereas in neutral, it's quicker. Also, if it gets blocked, well, yeah, you dead, fam. If it hits the opponent, it also gives you full entire invincibility until you can start acting. So for example, if I hit them with the blast, okay, and in the middle of the blast a bomb drops on my head, for example, I will be invincible to that bomb and I can block. Just like overdrive in Blaze Blue Central, if you overdrive, you can't actually be punished for it. That's the same as if you were to blast somebody in this game and it hits them. If you get blocked, however, you die, because you can't actually cancel the blast itself. You just get fucked. So yeah, there's that as a defensive mechanic. Very good versus some characters, and it's a good way out against a lot of mechanics. Sorry, a lot of pressure strings, especially against like Lee's a lot. Now the last one is burst. Now if you're like some twitchy motherfucker, yeah, you can burst in the middle after you get hit, and then it would knock them away. Bursts are not physically hit vulnerable at all, in the sense that even if it gets blocked, they cannot hit you to punish you, which is really strange. You wouldn't get that in every other game, but there's a good reason for that, and it's to do with how costly bursting is. However, it is still throwable, so if you do get blocked, you're probably going to get air thrown. That being said, I don't think we actually did that for years, because it's actually quite hard to do so, and some characters have shit air throws. So it can be very difficult to like block a burst and actually get a punish on it. So yeah, so those are the three main uses: X-Enforce Cancel, X and Blast, and Burst. Now, I'm now going to talk about the X-Enforce benefits. What does going into this mode benefit you? Or rather, how does it benefit you? Okay, so first, the first thing that this mode does is it actually gives you more damage, and we only found that out recently actually. For example, Weiss' 2A does 400 damage, but if you're in Extend Force, it does more. It does 420. Blaze it. You also take less, but I can't really be able to show you. Another thing it does is allows you to do chains that you wouldn't normally be able to do, and there's like a whole bunch of cancel windows open up. So for example, E attacks are not cancelable into specials at all. Okay, wow, I'm mushing. So you can't cancel into specials at all. However, if you extend force, you can. It's not really useful, but you can. Cool. Also, like I said, it gives you more chain routes. With Weiss in particular, she can do 5C into back B. Okay. But back B does not go into any normals at all. So back B or 4B is the end of her chain route basically. If she does 5C back B, she has no other normals she can go into. However, okay, in Extend Force, it can go into all sorts of crap. So like back B 5C, back B 2C, back B down B, and so on. This increases combo routes for a lot of characters basically. For example, Weiss can, in Extend Force, now meterlessly combo you. Meterless, completely free while she's in that mode. Other characters may not be so lucky. Also, it changes cancel windows. So, for example, it increases the cancel window to absolute max. I don't know if I can do this with Weiss. Let me see. Let's see. Can I do 5? Her cancel windows are really good. Okay, you're just gonna have to believe me on this one. Actually no, can I do it with Saki? Wow, Connor sucks. Anyways, you're gonna have to believe me on that one. Extend Force also increases your cancel window sizes, so you've got a bigger cancel window for all your shit. Also, in the air, it allows you to cancel normals in any direction. So in games in general, when you get like air combos or whatever, you normally get A, B, C as your air combo. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so A, B, A, B, C. However, in Extend Force, well actually first, let me prove that you can't go backwards. C. Cool. Now, in Extend Force, okay, that's different. You can chain your air normals in any direction, in any way you want, and for whatever. Okay, this means you can do stupid combos like this. No. Jumping, cool. You can hit them in the air and get a combo this way. Wow, I'm rubbish. Alright. Oh, actually, that was right. You see what I mean? Like, you've hit them in the air randomly, you got 9,500, no meter. Whereas normally, you'd have to do something like... Oh, God. Well, I don't play this guy, so whatever, man. You get the idea. And, this means that you get bigger... Oh, let me shut this fucking cursor up. You get bigger combos in the air. You get different routes. Like, Weiss is now able to get a combo that lands into her 2C by doing some shit like this. Ah! Let me try again. See? Gives her sword, and she gets to fuck you up. But yeah, like, that is what Extend Force also does. It also makes you faster. So, I don't know how I'm going to show this. Cool, check the jump. And when it Extend Force, you should be faster. Okay. It's quite good. It's just kind of hard to see. It's easier to feel. It's something that if you play and you Extend Force, you definitely feel it. You also recharge meter faster. So if I how do I use meter quickly? Okay, and I Extend Force, it will recharge a lot faster than if I was to do it normally. I guess you won't see it, but you probably should take my word on it. You also build more meter, and again, I'm not gonna sit here and do that because it's best if you just take my word for it. If you want to ask questions and do some experiments, you can, but it's just take my word for it for now. It's easier to think of it that way. Okay, so now we've got the benefits of Extend. Oh no, you also get the ability to use Eclipse, which is only available if you're in Extend Force, and you can do Blast, which is just some gimmick ass shit. Would not use. Why do I get a combo with it? Oh, that's alright. No, seriously, some gimmick ass shit. Don't use it unless you need it to kill or you got a setup or whatever. Now, let's talk about some meta. Alright, cool. The reason why I want to talk about is the reason why you shouldn't burst. Now, when you burst, it takes a certain amount of time to recharge. Okay. The issue with this is during this time you don't get any Extend Forces. The reason why Extend Forces is really useful is that you got characters like Weiss, for example, that doesn't actually have the ability to combo meterlessly in any form. So if she hits you with this, she has to spend a bar to get a really decent combo. But remember this, if you're spending bar and it's not full, then you don't build bar. Which is a problem because bars carry over from round to round. So if you spend your meter really badly in the first round, it will fuck you in the second, and it will really fuck you in the third. So, with Extend Force, it allows you to do combos on the ground, not in the air, on the ground, without using homing. Because it doesn't use homing, it means you can build meter. So, for example, let me do a basic combo and show you how much meter I get. God. Alright. Raw. Cool. Whatever. I got like what? Bro, I got no meter. Cool. I got a tiny shred of meter. Cool. Let's do the exact same thing with Extend Force. Okay, well that wasn't the exact same thing, but look, I got a shit ton more in it. Let's put it that way. I get a shit ton more because I didn't use it at the beginning. So using Extend Force cancel is a good way to get meter because it's a substitute for your main bar. Another thing as well, why you should use Extend Force cancels is because your homing meter is used for so much more other shit. Like you need it for air confirms, you need it for guard cancels, and if you don't guard cancel, you're gonna get fucked. If you need it to do air block strings, you need it to cancel projectiles in the air, you need it to do all sorts of shit. However, Extend Force cancel is mainly fireballs on the floor, buttons on the floor, combos on the floor. So whenever you get the chance to use Extend Force to as a combo, you should probably do it. And again, let's go back to bursting. If you burst at the very beginning, so say for example you play the game, yeah, and the first thing that happens to you is you get touched and you burst. you don't get to extend force for a very long time, which means you don't get to build a lot of meter. And if you get behind in a meter race, if I spend 1 bar to stick to you and you spend 1 bar to get away, then I spend another bar to stick to you, you're dead. You know what I mean? So try not to get into that position. Also, you need bars so that you don't get into like unblockable situations. More on that another time. Now, the thing is about bursting as well is, well, bursting and extend force rather, is the mode's duration, the mode's recharge time, and the burst recharge time is completely dependent on your Arcana. So for example, I'm going to burst and a switch and burst. Cool. So now, one thing you'll notice is I've picked one side pick love, one side pick wind. Now, as you can see, depending on the Arcana, they will recharge at different rates. Okay? This means if you're going to pick wind, try not to burst at the beginning of the game. You will regret it. At least build 1.5 bars or 2 bars before you do it. Love is a very good beginner Arcana. It's perfect for retards. You can burst whenever the fuck you want. It builds a ton of meter and all sorts. As you can see, it's nearly back. Extend force time, similar idea. Different Arcanas have different extend force times, different extend force recoveries. Now, another thing as well about extend force is it actually reduces. What should I talk about, Clash? Okay, you know, it's not applicable in 6 stars, so I won't go over it. So yeah, the point about the thing to get away from this is if you've got extend force, try not to burst early. Try to use extend forces in your combos whenever you can. Try to learn some good extend force combos. I wouldn't really try to get like massive ass combos just yet. It's not that important. But you know, keep your extend force into it. At least get 2 bars, just so you know you don't get completely drained of options. Anyways, that's it. Thank you very much.